Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is go time. My name is Todd Grisham. Alongside me, Johnny Nelson.
You tried to give me the slip, didn't you?
First up, Ice. We've waited a long time for... These athletes have been waiting a long time to square off. Here we go. It's bombs away. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Insane action. Right hook catching air. A perfect counter shot. So much hype surrounding this big matchup as the hype continues to build for this showdown.
You have certain fighters that are born for this, that are made for the big crowd. And looking at corner right there, that is that fighter right there. They have elevated, lifted, it's like they're not touching the ground. This is what they were born for.
No rest for the weary. Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. There's a counter shot. Fighter told us yesterday, if he doesn't win by knockout, he doesn't consider it a real victory. That's the mentality he has.
If you get in with a slugger, they want to work at their own pace. Use speed, frustrate them, take them out of their comfort zone, make them tired, trip over their own feet, get them angry.
Halfway through the round, I'm not sure who's winning it.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. And he lands a big right hand. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Do you believe what we are seeing? When are we going to see a jab from these two? You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. From this moment forward, he cannot afford to lose another round. Here we go, round two. Who's going to land the first big shot? So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
When you're fighting a counterpuncher, the feint can be such a good weapon. Pretend you're going to punch, make the counterpuncher throw a punch, and then you counter them.
They have got great ring IQ. Counterpunchers are the best.
Good counterpunching. The courage on display here is incredible. Oh, that punch. That jab misses. Not sure why he's not using his reach advantage.
Never gonna happen. If you've got a good jab, you've got a good reach. I know nobody could ever get past that jab.
I can't believe we're only halfway through the round.
Perfectly matched. skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. That jab had to hurt. You're not going to see as much footwork as the smaller weight classes in the heavyweight division, but we don't care. We want that heavy fist. Swing and a miss with that jab. So much firepower here. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to go down? Nice counter. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. You know that bell was sweet music to his ears.
Every second, every minute of this fight is important. Every second.
Get your boxing back together.
There's the bell for round 3. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain there.
You'd like to see more jabs. You can't make a mistake at the heavyweight level and not expect to be punished for it. Neither fighter willing to slow down. There's nothing quite like a big heavyweight fight. Everything can change with one punch.
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Done with that counter shot. Which one of these athletes is going to say, I can't take it anymore? Is he going to punch himself out, though? This is the heavyweight division. One punch could end this fight.
This can be so frustrating when you're in such a fast fighter. Fast fighter can throw 3-4 shot combinations before you've even let one off. That creates frustration, and that's when it gets hard.
Beautiful counter shot. What heart, what desire, but at what cost? A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage here.
Dominance, without a doubt, made it look so easy.
Stay focused.
Back at it in round 4. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. It's like a game of joust. They both got their swords. They're slinging it. There's a big difference between being the aggressor and the effective aggressor. Which type are we seeing so far?
How do you deal with an aggressive fighter? What you do is you fight, fiery fight. You either give it them back because that's where they're comfortable, or you play calm, play cool.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Right uppercut can't find a home. These punches coming from every angle. Nice counter shot. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. That counter shot lands. He threw a punch and just got countered. Perfect counter lands. When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you don't think him. You've just got to be smarter than him. You've got to be like a little faggot and pickpocket him.
He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. Both men step back for just a moment. Holding nothing back here in the round. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Well, this is the time that the trainer needs to come in and say something special. This fighter needs to turn the tables in this next round.
You know, be smart. Get you some.
There's the bell to start round 5. After that last round, something has got to change.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
The old adage is, no matter how much speed you've got, timing beats speed.
Some fighters are just gifted. Gifted with such hand speed, footwork, movement. They are gifted. They are the chosen few.
These two were made for each other. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. One punch changes everything in this division. It's the heavyweights.
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Tough to be a judge in this fight as both fighters have had their big moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
And just as quickly as the action slows down, it heats back up. that time counter shot. Punch, counter punch. Catch and shoot. This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. His stamina is off the charts. That hook just can't find the target. The only fear you have with this fighter is, has he punched himself out? Beautiful counter punch. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. We'll see how much endurance these two fighters have. This is the beginning of round 6. Fatigue is setting in. Let's see how they handle it here in this round.
An amazing pace and tempo is set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
One punch could end this fight for either of these two heavyweights.
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing up and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
Swing and a miss with the right hook. Might want to think of holding on here for a minute. They exchange punches. Is he going to punch himself out, though? So far, it seems like aggression has been the key. This fighter just not slowing down.
Todd, look back in history. Sugar Ray Leonard against Roberto Duran. The first fight, Sugar Ray Leonard tried to fight, stand there toe-to-toe with him. The second fight, he thought, this guy's aggressive. He's nasty. He'll do everything to get the win. I've got to box him. I've got to frustrate him. I've got to humiliate him and show him how good a boxer I am. That's the only way you beat an aggressive fighter. Show your boxing skills. Step out the way. Don't fight fire with fire. Use brain, not a brawl.
Putting the pedal to the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't run out of gas. A lot of effort being exerted here. Good counter punch. That hook was off target. You can see the heavy breathing, but that's not slowing him down. That counter punch caught him clean. You've heard the old phrase, this might come down to who wants it more, but it might come down to who's in better shape.
Is when you talk about championship material.
Don't forget the job and don't get carried away. Think.
Here comes round 7. Was 1 minute enough time for them to recover after what we saw last round?
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
Those counter punches have to hurt. This fighter's sort of the death by 1,000 paper cuts approach. He'll hit you 1,000 times before you can land one.
Let me explain to you about a fast fight that's got hand speed and footwork. They're relaxed, they're confident, they know they just have to quick burst, boom! In a split second, they've let 4 shots go. Their footwork has got them out of the way. And these guys are so relaxed, and that's why they can maintain this all the way through a fight.
They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. Incredible work rate. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. His stamina is off the charts. Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
This fighter has been extremely aggressive so far. Whoa, wait a minute! Wow, what a shot! And it's over! A home run swing, and that will do it here! How about that impact? Let's see that again in slow motion.
I need to see that again.
Are you all right? You're out.
So time to go celebrate after a knockout win here.
A knockout victory. That is, Todd, did you see the shot? That's not a knockout, that's an assassination. What a shot.